The squandering of taxpayers' money is reported almost on a daily basis now. It's as though we've become stoic to the rhetoric. But I need you to wake up, Namibians. Penduka. It means wake up. This here is our history at stake. I mean, just imagine, this tiny population of ours could have been thriving, a true African success story, because this country's riches alone, the diamonds, the bounty of the Benguela, uranium, and more than 800,000 square kilometers of land, were they not misappropriated and squandered to serve a few, could have seen to it that we don't have a 34% unemployment rate and that Namibians live a dignified life. But alas, it is not to be, all because of the greed of a few. Our politicians, those who fought for our liberation, have gone all nouveau riche and oh so kitsch on us that they've forgotten that they're servants of the people, entrusted by us to do the right thing, and they're failing us. Thank you for watching. It's a wrap. Leading the show is yet another example of the blatant disrespect of our hard-earned money, with the recent revelation that the Attorney General, who has been skitting doof on all our requests for an interview on a number of issues, is renting an office to the tune of 400,000 plus Namibian dollars a month because the court is under construction, from our founding father's nephew, who's apparently one of Namibia's richest property barons. The DTA's Nico Smith took issue with this and some other not-so-sound property deals being made by government.
I think the things are really totally out of hand, what's going on in this country regarding taxpayers' money. And it's a very, very great concern to us. One of them is that the government is renting a property here in Windhoek, just opposite the magistrate court, the High Court, for the Attorney General. Because of the renovations that's going on at the High Court, apparently there's not enough office space, so they're in need of extra office space. So they are renting a building to the amount of $460,000 per month. That is, and we don't know whether utilities included, utilities like water and electricity, security and all those kind of things. How is it possible that the Attorney General can rent an office to that huge amount per month? Doesn't they have to get approval from Cabinet or from the Minister itself, the Minister of Finance, whether they can pay that, if we have that type of money to pay for office space? To me, and I've spoke to some estate agents, here it's totally, you know, too high, far too high. You can't pay that amount of money for that building. It is about 3 times the price that it should be. What is interesting is that this property are being rented. The owner is Shapumbu Tower Investment CC. Shapumbu Tower Investment CC. Now, another thing that's also boggling my mind is that AMTA is the Agro Marketing and Trade Agency of the Ministry of Agriculture. They are renting a property in Oshikangu, also from Shapumbu, the same person, for $150,000 per month since 2015. And I went to that property myself 2-3 weeks ago. That property is standing empty because it can't be occupied, because it doesn't have water and electricity, and it also doesn't have proper sewage. Since 2015, since that contract was signed, government are paying monthly an amount of $150,000. And I'm also not sure whether there's also some other utilities, security and all those kind of things. According to information, that apparently the owner has come to an agreement with AMTA, that AMTA will put in those services, the water and electricity and also the sewage. Now, how do you rent an unfinished building, and you as the person who's renting are prepared to improve that building, to put in water and electricity, and it's a huge building. You know, it must, well, it must cost a few $100,000, if not $1 million or $2 million, to put in those services. I noticed this morning in one of the daily newspapers that AMTA has bought a property in Windhoek, also from Shapumba, from the same person, for more than 27 million Namibian dollar above the market price. Above the market price. Now, how can that happen? And we also want to know, and I will also pose that question. I want to know, how is it possible? How could the ministry and the minister himself approve that amount of money? Are they not checking what is the real value of that thing? Or when a certain person signs a contract with government, then nothing actually matters. We pay whatever he wants. So that is a serious concern to us.